Columbia Research, Sheena Langer, has found that the average person makes about 70 decisions a day. That's 25,500 decisions a year. Over 70 years, that's 1.7 million decisions. Think about this. Albert Camus, the 20th century philosopher, said it like this: life is a sum of all your choices and decisions. And if you put all 1.7 million decisions and choices together, that's who we become. I love what Stephen Covey said. He said, I'm not a product of my circumstances. I'm a product of my decisions. Job opportunity, ministry opportunity, dating, marriage, an investment. One person insightfully said, many people today want filet mignon results, but make hot dog decisions, and it doesn't work that way. I want to help you with your filet mignon results and give you filet mignon decision-making skills from the Apostle Paul. Welcome to the 260 Journey, and welcome to the book of 1 Corinthians. Today, as we jump into chapter 6, we're discovering a really important grid for decision-making in your life. In fact, if we take one verse in 1 Corinthians 6 and add one more verse in 1 Corinthians 10, I think we can take from Paul a good decision-making grid into our daily life. Paul gives us 3 questions we are to impose on our choices each day. And they all start with this phrase: all things are lawful. Let me read the verses to you. 1 Corinthians 6:12. All things are lawful for me, that's the verse, but not all things are profitable. All things are lawful for me, but I will not be mastered by any. Then skip over to 1 Corinthians 10:23. Here it is again. All things are lawful, not all things are profitable. All things are lawful, but not everything edifies. Another way to say all things are lawful is using what the Message version says. Listen to it in the Message. Just because something is legal doesn't mean that it's spiritually appropriate. What Paul was saying to us is that just because you can doesn't mean you should. These are not things that send you to hell, but these can be things that can cause hell in your life if you're not careful. Scrutinize your decisions with these Pauline questions. Impose questions on the things that are going to take the most precious resource from you, which is your time. First question: all things are profitable, or just because I can, but just because it's profitable means, is that word profitable means that is this a traveling companion with you? Does it travel well as a travel partner with me and Jesus? Can Jesus and this new decision go good together, or are there going to be tension in my soul and in my spirit? That's a great question. Second question: all things are lawful, but will it control me, or will it master me? One version even says is that even if I'm allowed to do it, I'll refuse to think of it, to think that it will get a grip on me that I can't easily stop when I want to. One test of being mastered by something is, do you get angry when people ask you to stop it, or when people challenge you on it? This can be a great question to impose on anything as simple as social media, video games, sports activities, fantasy football, watching football on Saturday, old friends, relation. It could be anything. The list goes on. All these things are lawful, but is it profitable? All these things are lawful, but is it controlling me or grip on me that I can't easily stop when I want to? In fact, Princeton University study claims that if you do the same thing every day for 28 consecutive days, it becomes a habit, whether it's good or bad. But finally, all things are lawful. And here it is in 1 Corinthians 10:23, but not all things edify. Think of this phrase, that it's not all about me. The word edify is from the word edifice. It's a building word. It's a helping people to build their lives. If you say something like this, I don't care what other people think about me or what I say or do, that's unbiblical. I have to care because I'm responsible, my decisions to even help people grow. We don't live by other people's opinions, but we do live to help people grow. Someone was upset with me many years ago when I put a Christmas tree up in the church. They thought I was putting up some druid idol in the church, so I took it down. I'm not going to fight over a Christmas tree. I'll fight over the truth of the Bible, but I'm careful what I go to the furnace for. I'll yield on preference, but never on biblical conviction. And that's what Paul was speaking about. He was saying that what you eat tells us if someone has a problem, who cares. He says, just don't even eat the meat that was offered to idols. Let it go. He said it's not a big deal because you want to edify them. So let's sum up the decision grid. Paul gives us all things are lawful, but can Jesus hang out with this? Is that profitable for me? Is all things are lawful, but is something going to hang on that won't let go? All things are lawful, but am I hanging somebody up by my choices? The great Russian author Dostoevsky reminds us why these 3 questions are important for us. Listen to these penetrating words. Here it is. The second half of a man's life is made up of the habits he acquired during the first half. Let's get some good first half habits. Thanks for joining the 260 Journey.